is a thing. Like
maybe Sony's like saving their money for like the real holiday push.
Yeah, after Thanksgiving.
Like, okay, like now is when we really start kind of putting. Oh, I guess they're doing some TV ads.
I haven't
with
seen
the
a
Kevin
lot.
Butler. There's the Kevin Butler stuff. They've been doing a little bit of that here and there, but they haven't really gone out of their way to say like the Move. This is what it is. You should really check this thing out.
There's nothing really at launch that is that compelling for Move.
Yeah, I mean the Sports Champion I think is Sports Champions. That's basically their Wii Sports answer, and it's pretty cool, but it is their Wii Sports answer.
Yep.
Like, good on fidelity, but it's like zero personality to it. It doesn't have the charm of a Wii Sports.
And I think people are less impressed because it just really does seem like kind of more of a high-tech Wii. Like that, the novelty of that, of motion control is long since past now. Wii.
I'll say
it was great when it first came out.
Playing with it in a dark room and the little ball
flashing
glows,
bulbs.
it looks awesome.
That must be great if you're high as well. I imagine.
Yes, no. You feel like you're in your little one-man rave.
It's like a Jeff Minter game or something.
Yeah. Now, where's the Jeff Minter game?
Yeah, you got to believe that Jeff is coming up with something for Kinect or Move.
No, whatever. He's programmed it to just have the balls light up, and he's just playing it with the system turned off.
Yeah, he's just standing there in the dark room. Who won that one?
We did.
Okay.
Yay! After this one, we want to check in and see if more people have leapt into the fray here for some modern Warfare. Medal of Modern on fair.
That's the one.
Call of Modern Honor.
Blank of blank.
Colon. Blank.
Hour of Victory 2.
Band of Heroes.
That's ice cold.
Colon.
I think you've taken it too far.
That is not me indicating the quality of this game, for the record.
At least I was mixing it up with a very well-regarded game. But
is this EA's big holiday play? Is this it for them? Their big one?
They go after so many different segments. It's hard to say anymore. They've got EA Sports MMA shipping next week.
Yeah. They're bringing The Sims 3 to consoles, which is it's not such a big deal, I guess. I know.
Actually, I'm really excited.
Need for Speed.
Need for Speed looks great. I played that at PAX and loved it. I love when cops are chasing you. That's always exciting. And it's a great developer, too. They got the best developer.
I am Jeff and I both, huge fans of Criterion's past work.
I'm a Burnout free. I buy all the new Burnout games today. I love them.
Yeah.
And I think, hopefully they've brought some of that Criterion crazy magic, which it looks like they have, to Hot Pursuit.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, because it's also been a while since Criterion has made a not Burnout game.
It was the only game at PAX that I went back and played like more than a couple of times, because I just wanted to do a bit more. Cops laying down spike strips and helicopters and sirens. It just feels exciting. I wish they would make Chase HQ, is what I really wanted to do. I want to chase the bad guys.
Yeah.
I'd love
in
to
multiplayer, you do play as the cops.
So you can?
So that's the only thing that I played, and it was interesting, but I didn't necessarily see a lot of long-term interest in, a lot of long-term value in the kind of cops versus robbers thing that they had.
But driving games inherently have kind of a short lifespan. You get bored of them pretty quickly.
It can be. Well, I mean, like, you look at a lot of the serious racing games, like Forza or Gran Turismo.
Ran after that guy for like 30 seconds trying to stab him.
It's always the, just kind of bump your way into first at the beginning of the race, and then that guy wins. Like there's always that dynamic seems to come up way too often in the online games.
The rubber banding, which is so prevalent in single-player driving games, has kind of killed it for me. You can't ever really be too good or too bad at those games.
Right. And, Burnout games do that like crazy.
Oh, yeah. And it's a real culture shock when you go to multiplayer, where obviously they have to turn the rubber banding off, and you're like, how did that guy get so far ahead? That's not supposed to
he's
happen.
way better than me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess that's allowed to happen now.
Skill. Damn it.
And the Project Gotham guys are doing something else as well, right? Everyone's switching franchises.
I mean, Bizarre Creations is owned by Activision now.
Right.
And so they're doing a James Bond Bloodstone.
Oh, okay.
Which is their...
A James Bond driving game?
A James Bond driving game.
That could be cool,
It's not all driving, though.
Is it not all driving? Is there non-driving parts
Keep in mind
to it?
that they also did The Club.
They did also do The Club.
Oh, that's right. They did do The Club.
That was not a good game, but they made it, and you can't...
It sure said Bizarre Creations right there on the box.
Yeah.
I did like Blur.
In fact, I don't think that Bloodstone is a driving game at all. We have not seen Bloodstone.
But all of the trailers that they have lots of cars.
Do they? Okay, all right.
I was really torn on Split Second versus Blur because they both seem again like Call of Duty Medal of Honor. It seemed like
Did you play both?
Well, well, the thing is, I have a thing where I won't give Activision my money unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah.
Because I've got ideological problems with Activision.
Okay.
So given that they both look kind of similar, I just went with Split Second.
Sure.
It was the game that wasn't made by Activision.
Right.
And it was a lot of
You'd
fun.
rather give it to Disney.
It was a lot of fun. And also, I'd read some stuff about Blur being really. All the stuff about like Mario Kart that when you spin off and shell hits you, like the stuff that really makes you want to punch the screen, like
Sure.
Like Blur is like that times a million, and I don't like games that will drive me that crazy up the wall of frustration.
I mean, it's a lot of power-up type stuff.
Yeah.
It is.
It seemed kind of random and arbitrary. Like, I just happen to have hit this thing. Isn't that lucky? Like
Dark Mario Kart, except that it's that like the item placement on the tracks is not randomized. Like that is kind of like one of the differences is that those things are always going to be in those spots on the track. So it's more of, do I know where to go on the track to get this specific power up, and do I know how to use it well?
Okay.
So a little more skill based, but it still has those kind of swings. I enjoyed both of them. I think they're actually fairly different games.
Split Second had those great scripted events.
Oh, those are so cool. Those are amazing the first time you see them.
You set off
and
the
then
big
they're great
chain
the second
reactions.
time.
Yeah.
And then by about the fifth time, you're like, okay, yeah, the building falls down, and then I drive up it.
Right.
Somehow, watching the Space Needle crumble in front of you and then driving up it as a ramp loses its luster. It's weird.
But the first time is almost worth it just that once. You go, holy shit.
The first time is unbelievable. Like, their ability to frame the action so that you are driving at incredible speeds and you have this great sense of speed, and then also watching this
they got the techno
huge,
music driving you
huge
forward.
slow thing falling in the background, or just a crazy explosion.
And it's far enough ahead that you know there's no avoiding it. You're like, I hope I hit this the right way. You know it's coming.
Yep.
The other game I played at PAX that seemed like it did a really good job of that was the new MotorStorm, which is set in kind of a post-apocalyptic.
I haven't seen the new MotorStorm at all. I really liked Pacific Rift. I thought the first one was okay, but the second one I thought they really stepped up their game.
You know that sequence in 2012 when John Cusack's driving the limo through LA and the whole city's that's basically what MotorStorm Apocalypse is.
Oh, that looks great.
The whole game is just the whole city collapsing around you while you drive around these courses.
Jeff, you got shot.
Yeah, I got shot.
Try to avoid that in future.
Well,
we have a guides section on the site, Gary. We should really have you get in there and work up your Medal of Honor. Or if someone could just take his tips from this broadcast and incorporate
just create a little soundboards, and then they could chip in.
Shoot!
Yeah, shoot that guy.
All right, let's get a couple of bites from you, Gary, so that they can put this together.
The best one would be like retroactive advice, like to be telling you what you did wrong after the fact. See, you shouldn't have done that, or what you should have done is you should have gone right instead of left. Well,
you didn't shoot that guy.
Oh, you don't let him kill you. You're supposed to kill him.
These are all gems.
Oh.
That's where I screwed up. I killed him.
Where's that?
Shoot that guy.
I didn't even see that guy.
Yeah, he got him with a pistol. That was humiliating.
I've got a pistol too.
That pistol seemed a bit limp.
I was
in
gonna
your
say your
hand.
pistol was a little
It was kind of
wobbly.
wobbly and a kind of limp. I'm not seeing a lot of discipline there.
Well,
He's not on
sights. He's just got it drawn. It is a little bouncy though. Steve, any thoughts about bouncy pistols in the chat?
Grenade
I'd
maybe?
rather run away from that grenade.
You got you with the AK-47.
Well, I'll update you on bouncy pistols, but we do have a gun question.
Question.
Yeah, Double Shock wants to know your thoughts on the recoil or the lack thereof.
Yeah, it's very easy to single shot these weapons and stay, like, if we just feather the trigger.
Pretty stable.
Pretty stable.
What happens if you just empty a mag? Is it going to kick up?
A little bit.
Wow, not very much.
These guys are soldiers.
To say they're rangers. Like, isn't it frustrating when a gun is crazy inaccurate and you're supposed to be some sort of trained killer in the game? It's like, why isn't this guy just always spot on?
I guess, but then you haven't been trained. The character's been trained.
Right. But I'm not me. I'm the character.
So they should give you more
Jimmy
extra skill.
From Burger King.
Right. You shouldn't be going like Charlize Theron in a bad action movie or something. You should just be.
You mean a good action movie?
Yes. No. This is not. You're not Jamie Lee Curtis in True Lies.
Right.
You're supposed to be a trained Army Ranger that just got shot to death.
I think one of the most disappointing things about multiplayer for me is just kind of there's a lot of hype.
You lost.
Yeah. There we go. We finally lost one.
Yeah, that was a drubbing.
Yeah. is that there's a lot of high ground, a lot of like the sniper is very effective, and actually it's the sniper rifle that you get is not bolt action, and
it's like clip.
Yeah, so
like
it's
a semi-automatic.
Actually, yeah, it's a semi-automatic sniper rifle, which is nice. Because
so you
it
can
makes the
stay
sniper
in. You
class
can
more
stay in the
playable.
scope and keep firing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
Jeff, let's see if we can bolster our party up. Why don't you pull up the friends list, see if we have any requests
Okay.
coming in here.
I have to wait for this to finish loading up. 2 and 11. Not a good round. Not a good round for me.
Not
People
good.
are asking to maybe switch a class.
Yeah, I'm seeing you do a lot of sniping.
No. They look like that. It's not. I play rifleman. That's pretty much it. Spec Ops has those submachine guns with lesser range, which I'm not into, and sniper's all right, but it's not the way I play.
You got to have a lot. I guess just like in real life, you got to have a lot of patience and discipline to play sniper. You're not always going to see a lot of action.
Okay, let's see if it takes the group out with us, or if we have to re-invite everyone.
All 4 of them.
I also don't like that it harasses us about this online pass thing every single time we get out.
Yeah, what's that?
So that's part of EA's
Project $10.
fighting used game sales is by putting serial numbers in the box and all that stuff. So you can play all the online you want with this, but they're going to come out with content eventually that is free for the people that enter that code, and you have to pay $10 if you want access to that content.
Right. That's their way of turning a game. Like a one-time purchase. The used game is not going to have that feature.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So people that buy it used will have to pay that $10 to stay up to date. All right.
So it's either stemming used game sales or making sure they get a little piece out of a used game sale by.
Is that just good business or is that evil?
I don't know. Like, is GameStop evil?
Yes.
All right, then
I think most would agree.
So it's fighting GameStop.
They're fighting GameStop, so if they're against evil,
the enemy
your
of my
enemy's
enemy is my friend. Yeah,
exactly.
And also keep in mind that PC games have come with serial numbers for
absolutely,
decades.
absolutely. That's why there's no used market at
Right.
all
The
in PC games.
1920s PC games, Space War was serialized.
Got some new friends coming in.
Yeah.
We do.
See if we can get some of these guys in here with us.
AZ Puentes.
Retro Time Muffin. See why didn't I think of that? That's taken now. I can't get that.
Actually, Time Muffin. That is a giant bomb site meme.
I had a friend whose name in Warcraft was Muffin Pants, just because he felt like it when he killed someone in PvP. He felt like it added to the humiliation that person had been killed by someone called Muffin Pants.
Would he also wear just like a pink robe the
The
entire time?
gnome mage, which usually is a pretty usually.
Oh yeah, if he's a mage, then very flowy robes, anyways.
Yeah, but also the gnomes are tiny, so it's like getting beaten up by your little brother.
Too. That's pretty bad.
I wonder if I can only get. I wonder if I can only have up to 3 people with me.
What happened to? Can you not make parties outside of the game anymore? Isn't that something that's useful for
You can, but I think the game has to then support it. There's nothing in here that says like play with parties.
That's just good if you want voice chat that's going to work anywhere.
Okay, match. Or is there anything for match setting, or that's just your game mode that you're choosing there?
Yeah.
A lot of people are away.
Well, let's.
Try a little combat mission?
We'll just have to swap out more frequently. So let's play a little combat mission. This is definitely the most battlefield-like of the modes, and here we'll be either attacking or defending. There'll be 5 checkpoints that you'll have to kind of step up and plant explosives on. And
right.
That sort of stuff.
I've seen some of this stuff. It seems fun. Like you've seen it before, but
Control points, basically.
Yeah, more or less. Bomb sites, really. You're planting bombs and then guarding them until they explode.
Oh, they keep wanting to remind you about that code, huh?
Yeah. So that was it not finding a server for us, I believe. 360 version of this game has apparently been having some trouble with the online stuff since launch.
oh, the list is freaking out back there.
Yeah. There we go.
That's right. So usually the PS3 version that you hear about having problems for some reason. Did Modern Warfare 2 have a bunch of problems at launch with online play?
I think it did, yeah.
All right, so
Seems like online play is always, and you'd think a decade
it's always
now.
the sort of thing where it's always hard to anticipate the launch rush for a game, you know. I also find it weird that the menus are almost completely unresponsive. Anyway,
Are the menus being laggy?
yeah, like I'm hitting A and it does not spawn. There we go. Okay,
You've been
attack
spanning
objectives.
you've just been standing in the spot hopping for the last minute.
Well, that was kind of a
Revenge
gimme.
kill, no less.
That was a gimme. The guy was just spawned right in front of you.
That guy also needs
these
to
are kind
die.
of easy.
This is a good spot to
I
be
like
in.
this mode.
So that's because I deployed on the front. So we're on the front lines making it happen.